Do you feel like us as men have a unique sort of need that's really, we don't understand fully how to meet those needs yet as you get into our 30s, 40s? Like, you know what I mean? Call it midlife crisis, but do you think
Yeah.
something's unique about us men?
I mean, let's talk about the similarities. There's a term I use called the natural man, but that applies to women as well. We're biologically hardwired to expend as few calories as possible and consume as much as possible.
Yeah,
Like that's
survival.
the reality of it. It's survival, exactly. So when
Yeah.
we were, naked and digging holes in the ground or looking for caves in the rocks to dwell, that's what we were doing. It's like, okay,
Hmm.
don't expend energy and maximize every calorie that you possibly can. That's what we were doing. And so now when we live in this not environment of scarcity, but this environment of abundance, we're still
Yeah.
bringing that same biological hardwiring to the table, which is why a lot of us are fat, why a lot of us are lazy, why a lot of us are immediate gratification, why a lot of us will rob, steal, and plunder in order to get what we want without the work required to achieve it.
Right.
That's what we actively have to fight against. Now, that said, from a perspective of what is unique and different, even if it's subconscious or an unwritten rule in society, men are protectors, providers, and presiders. Like that doesn't go away. We
Yeah.
are biologically hardwired to fulfill those roles: protect, provide, preside. Preside is synonymous with leadership. So there is an expectation, whether it's expressed and verbalized and communicated, or not expressed and just kind of understood and kind of lies under the surface, that we are to protect other people, we are to provide even at our own expense, and we are to lead, especially in times of crisis. So that weighs heavy on a man who hasn't ever learned how to do that, is fighting against the natural man, is fighting against a society that subconsciously believes that we protect, provide, preside, but also simultaneously mocks us for doing so.
Yeah.
And it's no wonder that little boys are growing up so confused. Not only are men not in their presence, and even if they are, they're not great examples of what it means to be a man. We have a society that acts as if we should operate one way, but mocks us and scorns and ridicules us for behaving that way. So what would you have us do? Now it's easy to say, well, a man just does what he needs to do in spite of all that. And I agree. I do agree that a man protects, provides, presides in spite of what other people are telling him or how they're
Hmm.
coming after him or might make him feel. But still, there's a conflict there. And we are left to wrestle with that. And oftentimes we do it alone.